Hi, you are listening to the Father Support Network podcast. This podcast is for single fathers and fathers in general. On this podcast, we educate, inform, guide, encourage, and help fathers navigate the complex challenges of maintaining contact and healthy relationships with their children after separation or divorce. Your host is Dr. Michael Uwangba. Michael Uwangba is a father of three who successfully fought for the right of his children to have their father in their lives.
Hello and happy weekend. It is quite a calm day. I don't even know what kind of summer this is. For me, it is very sunny. The next minute is I don't even know what to call it. It feels like a spring day, but it's all good. Thank God for life. I just want to quickly review the recent movie that I've just watched on Netflix called To Kill a Monkey. It's amazing. It's a series, a matter of fact. I think we've got about 8 episodes and largely Nigerian cast. And amazing. I tell you, I give that, like, out of 5, I give it 5. You know, in terms of like the plot, the narrative, the directing, the acting, everything was on point. You know, the emotions, and it captured the different themes and everything about it. I'll give it accept, and that's where we're going to. We're going to go to what concerns. So let me just give a brief synopsis. So it revolves around this protagonist known as Afe, who had a daughter when he was younger. I think when he was in uni, and then the daughter is about and then he's married with his wife and was expecting triplets, and things were really just tough. And he had this brilliant idea of setting up like a software app, something that tightens security. And he was working at a restaurant, earning some kind of mini job, and life was just tough. And the mother-in-law was always, let me use this word, needling him, just reminding him of his poor state and how he couldn't take care of how he was less of a man because he couldn't take care of his family adequately. And the wife was supportive as well, doing some kind of like living maid with some rich family that she eventually lost. But the wife was at this stage was kind of quite supportive. And then he was indebted to the company he was working at. And then fortunately or unfortunately, some guy he's known many years back when he was in uni came to this restaurant, and then the guy changed his life in a way that was this guy was involved in some indecent activities or illicit activities, some kind of like cyber crime stuff. And then through that he gained the partnership and became rich, in that sense. But his plan with his wife was we would just gain and get out, dashing and dash out, make someone and then go legitimate. But these things are never easy. You get so into that money becomes it's not easy to leave. And then another business problems start erupting when another kingpin felt that has been owed in the business, the kind of like cybercrime business, felt like this partnership with this, they need to pay some tax to him, some kind of like street tax. And then they went to war. So it was war of the criminal lords. Families were involved, families were tortured, and before you know it, trust broken, family broken, all of that. So that's kind of like the synopsis. But I'll focus on the part I want to focus is the end. The end. Then you had on the side, you had the National Commission for Cybercrime that they were investigating this particular obsessed detective from that unit that was investigating this, that lost the family and had some kind of mental breakdown. Anyways, this guy eventually met another woman that we come to find out was working for the other criminal lord, and we kind of like fell in love and was influenced this main character to betray his younger business partner that introduced him to this crime, because the other criminal wanted the head of this person, and he set him up to be killed. And the chain of events started from that, and then eventually he was caught. He was arraigned to the court. He had the older daughter. He fell out with the older daughter. The older daughter testified against him. His wife divorced him whilst he was incarcerated. Took whatever was left of the illicit funds in the offshore account. Went with a doctor that was treating their daughter. Fell into go into a relationship with that, and then the lady that influenced him into betraying, was the one that set all of this in motion anyways, because she felt betrayed, that the man would want to leave him and go away, and testified against him. His daughter testified against him, and I think eventually he was also killed by the wife or the associate of his former junior partner that they had set up. Anyways, this is the whole cross of the story. How this pertains to us. As a man, as just a man just being a man, it is tough. And a man's life is tough. A father's life is tough. A father's life is your value. A man's value. A father's life, the value is based on what you can provide. You providing for your family, because eventually the mother-in-law, when he became rich, he became the favorite. He couldn't do no wrong, just because he could provide, regardless of the source of the money. So sometimes fathers are pushed to the wall, push your life. You feel like life pushes you to the place where you want to cut corners and do certain things that are illegal, or maybe go to drugs, just do say illegal stuff to just keep the family afloat. And you feel like, I'm doing this for the family. You kind of like rationalize and justify these actions. For me personally, I've been through so many life hurdles that I've never thought of going illegal or doing things that go against my value system. Having a value system is very, very important. So, but this man feels I'm sacrificing for the family. But he lost the family at the end of the day. He lost his wife to another man. He lost his older daughter that hated him and had testified against him. He lost his young twins that he will never see, but where he lost his life. The same family that you're going all of. So all I'm saying in essence is, perhaps it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it as a father at the end of the day to cut corners, to go down that route, to then lose all of the family, because that's what you think you're fighting for. If you believe so much in a vision, there is no shortcut to success. That one I know for sure. No one can tell me that. It's just only a matter of time. The riches, the wealth you seem to enjoy, it's gonna fade. It's gonna go like this, and then the same people that you want to impress, that you want to influence, that if you're doing it for, are gonna abandon you, are gonna leave you. They're gonna push you to the curbs. So as a father, you need, it might be the lead you have. What matters is being there in your family's life. Life is what life is, and spend the time, spend the little resources. For me, you could have that resources, put some aside. If you believe so much in your dream, build it up to a certain level, rather than looking for easy way out and feel like life burden is just falling on you, and there's just no way out but just to go to criminality. But then again, we can have other kind of instances where some people have done life, maybe in the past, drugs and use that money to go legit, and we can have such references. I don't know, but I think again, they say life is not fair. Some people are born reasonable, but some people make it, some people don't make it. But all I know is good will always win over evil. all I know is it's good to always toe the path of righteousness. And I'm not talking religiously now. I'm talking a part of right and wrong, because there's an unending cycle of violence that was. But by the time you want to get rich at every cost, you're bound to tread the path, some paths that are dangerous, and they're going to incur a lot of danger to your family, danger to yourself. What kind of wealth do you have when you can enjoy, when you can live long to enjoy? So you want to be on the fast lane and then live a short life until life is now. But I think, you have to build an enduring wealth, build enduring, have happiness, have a life. You need to pay the price, and the price is like taking time. It takes time to build all of that. So anyways, but that doesn't take away from the overall film and the excellence of that film in terms of how it portrays the themes that it seems to portray, and all of that. That's just my, relating it to our own network and how it relates to fathers. But anyways, that's just my 1 or 2 piece thoughts. Wish you a happy weekend. Do whatever you're grinding, keep grinding, don't matter. Don't try to don't look at another man's pocket. A man should look at another man's pocket. It don't matter if that man, whatever that man is driving some, it don't matter if they're living in a mansion, as long as, you're fine as a man, you can meet your basic needs of your family, that is fine. Don't be moved. Don't let money push you. Don't let this material stuff push you. Stay on the higher ground and keep grinding. One day it's going to happen for you. All right. Stay blessed and have a lovely weekend.